What's up, Dobsters? We're back. My friends here got back from Arizona. Enjoyed that huge Rams win.
Very nice city of Phoenix. Everybody was very pleasant, I guess. There wasn't no hostile moments at the game, but it's a beautiful city, beautiful state. I recommend going there.
Better than Philadelphia, who will kick your ass. All right, so playoff weeks this week. Challenge. I didn't make it. I was third most in points, but I was third most points against. Didn't matter anyway. Drake London and Rome were both out this week, so I would have got crushed in the first round, so it didn't matter. Um, Champions, I did make the playoffs. I was a number 6 seed versus a number 3 seed. I did lose 131.85 to 103.70. He still has a chain, and I still got Aaron Rodgers. But he ended up this year in the regular season with the most points in the league. And he also had Kyle Pitts, so that didn't help anything. And then finally in Evans League, I made playoffs as a 4 seed, and I played the 5 seed. My team went off. I won 187.90 to 72.55. I don't think he has anybody left. I'm not sure. It didn't matter, even if he did. I had Kyle Pitts and Travion Henderson, who equaled in this league 114.70 points. And then next week, I'm playing the number 1 seed, Evans, next week. Go figure, it's his league, and he's the number 1 seed. How does that happen?
I'll be short with mine. I didn't make the playoffs in any of them, so not really playing for anything except draft picks now. The only league I'm in the playoffs in is Yahoo League, where I was at my old work, and I'm currently first place. I'm losing right now. I believe it's 159.1 to 138.7. He's done. He doesn't have any other people. And I have 2 running backs, and I have Jalen Warren and Devon Achane. So
you should definitely.
I should get it.
I feel like A-Chain's going to go off.
Yeah, and I feel like Jalen Warren does nothing, but he always gets 1 touchdown.
He always gets this.
So hopefully I can, come out with a win. I had a. I'll read my points actually, because I did have players that kind of went off. All right. Well, I know at first my quarterback was Jalen Hurts. He had 21.9, I believe. Yeah, he had 21.9. I have. Oh wow, no, Jalen Warren's questionable. I started Javonte Williams. He got an early touchdown for Dallas, but he had a neck injury or shoulder injury or something. Ended up coming back in the game with a couple of carries, but got me 15.1. I had Puka Nacua, got me 33. Devontae Smith got me a small 7. Trey McBride got me 42.4. Nate Landman got me 9. My defense got me 0. It's very upsetting about that. And my kicker got 7. So I had 3 people that kind of went off, and he had a couple of people that went off too. He had Trevor Lawrence with 50, Tyrone Tracy with 25, and CeeDee Lamb with 22. His linebacker got 14.5. So just need Devon Achane to let me get out of the first round, because there's no buys in this league. It's just there's a bigger playoff pool, which kind of against, because it's like basically more than half the league.
Is it 8?
Yeah.
And at 10, 8, 12 teams?
12, yeah.
I hate when people do that too. Yeah,
just give me my buy. Cut 2 people.
Yeah. They don't deserve to be.
Yeah.
Or you could do 7. 7's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. Number 1 guy gets bye week. Go ahead with your list.
All right, so we were trying to do like different topics, because we kind of review our own teams, and we go over like hits and misses for the week, and obviously just over stats. Well, we're trying not to just keep it so cut and dry, so we're just switching it up a little bit. We were talking about, well, since it's at the end of the year now, playoffs are in year, so we'll obviously talk about playoffs, but other than that, not much to fully talk about. Trades are over. We're all kind of ready for the new season. We haven't really started looking up like mock drafts or doing our own yet. Maybe in the future, though.
Definitely. Probably February.
Yeah.
Probably after Super Bowl.
Yeah, but especially in March when there's like nothing going on.
Yeah.
But anyways, so in the meantime, I believe every week we're gonna like go over a positional group. Some people we would kind of get rid of, some people we would like to trade for, and um, we were possibly talking about doing like future rankings and RIs for each position. But today,
And comparing to last year.
yeah, compared to last year, if I can find my notes. But anyway, so I did, how many did I do? I did 5 quarterbacks. So today I'm just going to go over some quarterbacks. I did 1 rookie, 2 I would like to trade, and 2 I would like to trade for. So, and it's Dynasty, everybody's teams are different, so the circumstances might not meet your requirements. Like 1, I have an older quarterback on my list that I would like to trade for, but it's only, I guess, if you're in a playoff push.
Yeah.
I just think it's a good value for a guy that just puts up numbers. Anyways, I'll start with the rookie this year. I did do, I mean, it's not like much of a surprise, but I did do Jackson Dart. On Keep Trade Cut, he's ranked 8th overall for quarterbacks. He's only played 8 games. He was in 9, but he was injured in one of them. So I didn't kind of count that stat line because it was only like 12 yards. But anyways,
he had 60-some rushing yards because
yeah,
against us.
He had 1,802 yards in those 8 games, 13 touchdowns, 4 picks. He has the biggest note to me is he has not played a snap with Malik Neighbors in real football. So I'd like to see how they kind of can start progressing in the offseason when Neighbors is obviously healthy and they're both set to start. So that could be interesting. He's clear-cut number 1 receiver. I mean, he put up numbers with Russell Wilson, and did he play with Daniel Jones, or was it someone in between?
I think there's something in between.
I was gonna say, regardless, he had a fantastic rookie season. He started off very strong. Well, I think week 1 he didn't have a great game, but week 2 he tore it up and then tore his ACL, sadly. But yeah, so that's something promising. They do have a decent tight end. I think Theo Johnson's getting there. They're obviously going to get Cam Scattaboo back, and they still have Tyrone Tracy. I'd like to see them kind of, I want to say go all in because I don't think the Giants are on that playoff fringe yet, but they have decent pieces of the offense. They need some offensive line. They need some depth at they need some depth at offensive line. They have okay receivers. I would like them to go after a receiver as well. But their defense to me is pretty solid, at least the front 7. So maybe they try to do a little push while he's on the rookie deal and they're not really paying too many people at the moment. So you don't have Jackson Dart, I would try to go for him. He'd be a little bit more on the expensive side since he is a rookie. Dynasty, so obviously age kind of pushes everything up. But he's impressed me so far in the few games that he has played. One person I would trade would be actually Bo Nix. Nothing fully against him. I was never sold on him to begin with, just judging him from college. But on Keep Trade Cut, he's QB 11, and on the site, I mean, I know every league is way different. Don't go by just what Keep Trade Cut says, but it's and this is a 1 quarterback league. You could get a mid to late first. So if I had Bo Nix, I would definitely just trade him for that first. Try to go after receiver or some other depth position. He's having a decent year. He has 3,256 yards. That's 9th in the league. 23 passing touchdowns and 9 picks. They're still winning, so they're not losing in spite of him, basically. He's just not losing the games for him. But I'd like to see him kind of take over and be more than a game manager, I guess. So at this point, since he's kind of sitting high just because I feel like the Broncos are winning, I would try to trade him in the offseason if you can.
They might go up though if they draft a receiver. I assume they would because Cortland Sutton's not old, but he's up there. And when they have Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims.
Yeah, because they're another team that has a solid line. Yeah, so they probably will draft a receiver, but I don't really have a big knock against him. He's just a guy that I feel like you could kind of just profit off of, and you could find his talent at a cheaper level, basically. And then actually, my other trade target is I'm not trading for, trading, which I'm kind of sad because I do like the guy a lot. I did put Jaden Daniels down. He's rated 4th on Keep Trade Cut. I'm just worried, not just for him being a smaller human being, because I think that's kind of why he's just not durable. A normal hit just knocks him off his feet.
Yeah.
And he doesn't go down. He doesn't like to go down. And I've seen this with RG3, and RG3 is a larger person.
Yeah.
But he's only played 7 games this year. He has 1,262 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks. He still had 278 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, which was honestly kind of surprising because I felt like he wasn't running the ball that well this year. It's not fully fair to compare him to year 1. Everything was just clicking, like everything as a team, and that's what I'm kind of worried about. I feel like Washington's losing their like just full structure. Like I guess could see them like kind of trying to push the chips in because they're like, oh, we went to the NFC Championship a year ago. We got this. And I feel like they're getting older pieces that they think are contributing that's just going to harm them in the future. So I can see them kind of go into full rebuild mode within like 2 years.
Yeah.
And
it could all change though because all they really need is an offense, and then that offense can make that dynamic.
Yeah.
Get them in the playoffs. That would want like defense players to come.
I mean, I don't think their defense is good.
Yeah.
Their offense line's not good. They have one good receiver, and he's kind of getting up there in age, and he hasn't even played much this year.
And Deebo Samuel was a letdown.
Deebo's kind of done. I mean, their running back room is questionable. Like Bill does some good plays. Like he stands out, but they're very inconsistent. I don't know what. Like, are they going to go with Zach Ertz again for another year? Like he's old,
right?
So I don't know. The Washington as a team, I have a lot of question marks on, and this is Dynasty, and sometimes the players don't last for long. You want to kind of trade them before their prime's over. I'm not saying Jaden Daniels' prime's over. Should be still going up, but he's a guy I would try to kind of just, trade away, which I do have him in one league, and I'm probably going to try to do that this offseason.
Yeah, it's scary because I have him in Champions, and I wouldn't mind trading him, but it's just his 3rd year because this is like the tell-it-all year.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen? Is he going to be injured all the time, or is he going to step up and be the rookie of the year that he was?
Yeah, I just.
So it's tough. Yeah.
I hope so because, like I said, I have stock in him too. But I mean, I'd rather just get off of him before it's too late. Like if I could get, in the league I have him, it's a super flex league, so like it's like double the value.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting 2 firsts and a quarterback back or something like that, and I'm probably not going to get that today.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Well, but I'm going to try to trade him in the offseason, so hopefully you'll do as well. And one of my gets is Justin Herbert. I thought he was going to kind of tank this year, but Harbaugh seems to figure out he can pass the ball. He's like, I know their running back got injured, which I do think that's going to help Herbert kind of in the long run, a little less hits on his body, and Omarion Hampton's been like a pretty good receiving back this year as well. But
when he plays, when he plays,
yeah, when he plays. But keep trick cut right now. He's QB9. I know that's still obviously top 10. I think you get him for honestly a decent value, probably on the lower end, because I know he's a big name, but I wrote down like
he hasn't shown anything where it's like top 5 and possibly MVP.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because he's like the quarterback that's like fastest to like whatever 1,000-yard marks, fastest quarterback to whatever touchdowns. So like he's getting the numbers. I think the biggest thing this year, at least, besides both of his tackles being injured and his hand being injured.
Lad McConkey took a step back.
I wrote that down. Like Lad McConkey has dropped a little bit. I didn't write down the stats. Maybe they're better than what I'm thinking of, but I don't think they're obviously they're not better than his rookie year.
Yeah.
Especially in the catching or reception market.
Yeah.
But their defense is good. They have a really good offensive line too. Their main pieces are injured.
Yeah.
They have a good young running back. They kind of have a steal at tight end. So I do think they're going to kind of push for a top receiver to go with Lad McConkey.
Yeah, so it's like a buy low situation.
Yeah. So people just seeing the peaks. Like this is like us talking about trading for them today. So who knows what the Chargers roster looks like if they do get I don't know. Let's just say they sign Mike Evans and some other good receiver, whoever it might be in the offseason.
Yeah.
Obviously, his value will go up. The trade market would
Yeah, because Keenan Allen's gone. They'll probably move on for Quentin Johnson or just kind of have him take the back seat.
I think. I mean, I wrote. I mean, I know one. They're both very young, but I'm already kind of just given up on Quentin Johnson and Trey Harris.
Yeah.
Like Trey Harris didn't do nothing when he was on the field. He was dropping passes just like Quentin.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so I could see them like if they had their money. I don't know what the cap situation is. I could see them just pushing all their chips in, just offensive pieces.
Yeah,
their defense is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in my opinion, go out and get Justin Herbert. I think you can get him cheaper than what most people think he's going to go for in the market.
Yeah.
And my last one for today is actually Dak Prescott. He's a little bit older. He's QB 14th on Keep Trade Cut. We're talking fantasy though, not just power ranking. Every year, well, not every year, for the last 5 years, besides last season when he was hurt, to the last 5 out of 6 years, he was top 7 in fantasy points. So he always honestly does produce. I do feel like me included, since he's just on the Cowboys, it's just fun to hate them, so we just all automatically think they suck. But he's not like the clutch quarterback, but he'll get you the points, he'll get you the yards. He should be the cheapest person on this list.
And that's all that matters in fantasy. Gets you the points.
Yeah. So this was the quarterback I was talking about. Like if you're in the playoffs or contention on the playoffs, say, like if you have good other like roster spots, like receivers pretty deep, running back pretty deep, like Dak's like a perfect quarterback to go out and get.
Sure.
He's going to be cheap. He's going to put up numbers regardless because their defense is pretty mediocre. They have 2 elite receivers and they love to throw the ball. So if you next year, if you think you're on contention, go out and trade for Dak Prescott before, or maybe if the Cowboys get hot early. Okay. And then the only other thing I wrote down, because we could go down the whole, what you were saying, like the NFC quarterbacks, which is kind of funny that you said that because I didn't write down the quarterbacks, but I wrote down teams in the NFL that are probably going to need or looking for a quarterback next year.
Yeah.
I'll start with the question marks because one's a little, I wouldn't say ridiculous, but just age and maybe if they're going to draft kind of early just to, see if they have someone in the future. But anyways, I put Miami. That was one of my question marks because I don't know what they're going to do with Tua. I know this is going to be NFL.
Or just the whole team.
The other question mark was the Saints, only because I know they spent the second rounder on their quarterback.
Shook.
Yeah. And the last question mark I did was actually Detroit.
Yeah.
Just because Jared Goff's getting a little older. I know they resigned him a couple of years ago.
And if he gets knocked out in the wild card or just doesn't make the playoffs.
There's always just the question marks about him. So those were the only 3 question marks. But these are the teams in my mind that are 100% looking for a quarterback next year. Jets, Browns, Steelers, Vikings, in my opinion. Colts, Raiders, Cardinals.
Yeah, I can agree with all this.
Right, so, but we could do your... You just said the NFC?
Yeah.
Froze.
We'll just start with the North. So we'll go Packers, Jordan Love. Let's see. If I had him, I think it would be let's see what he's worth kind of thing. Like, because he's going to put up average numbers. It's not going to explode. He doesn't make mistakes, which is good. And sometimes he'll have those games where he has like 250 plus yards. So I guess if I had him, I would see what he's worth. And then if I don't have him, I would try to get him at a low price, if that makes sense. Obviously, that's the key to fantasy, but him specifically, like, he's just so middle of the pack to me that, for fantasy-wise, he's so middle of the pack to me that I wouldn't give too much for him, but I would want enough for him.
All right. Well, this is kind of just all off the top of my head, but Jordan Love, I don't think I would trade him. I would keep him just because I feel like like you said, he doesn't make that many mistakes, and I still don't think the Packers have a true number 1 receiver. It's a bunch of
it's true.
Good number 2s.
Yeah.
And when the most elite guy they had, it seemed like was Tucker Kraft. So maybe when he comes back, it seemed like Jordan Love had a good connection with him.
He did. Yeah.
But that's about. Do a quick rundown on it.
We did the Lions. We did the Vikings. McCarthy needs to go. There's no hope for him. Honestly, I watched him last night and like, haha, it's funny. He can do that little, fake handoff run around the outside, gritty in the end zone, fun. But he's just not. I don't know. I just don't see anything in him. I don't see any capability for Vikings. Like me being a Bears fan, hell yeah, keep him. I hope they keep him for years and see what they get. But I just don't believe in JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
I think it's going to be a Anthony Richardson situation.
Yeah. And then with the Lions, we talked about Jared Goff. Like, I don't know if he doesn't make the playoffs this year or if he gets knocked out first round. I think they should start looking. Like, he's not going to get you anywhere. He's not going to improve the next couple of years. He's where he's at. He's at his peak. I think he's peaked. He's still good. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's better than Jordan Love fantasy wise. Obviously not franchise wise. But I would take Jared Goff over Jordan Love.
I'll look up his contract. You were talking about Caleb. This last team, you know.
Oh yeah, Caleb. I don't even have to mention. I love what I see in Caleb, and we're not going anywhere. Worst case scenario, he gets hurt. We got Tyson Bagent. I think he could do things in Ben Johnson's offense. Yeah, nothing to say there. I'm good with Caleb. Caleb shouldn't be going anywhere. He doesn't deserve any hate. I think. Just watching him, technically this was his rookie year, and he did fantastic. Yes, he gets annoying sometimes with his passes being too hard or just not accurate enough, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So 26, they do have a big cap hit, but after that, it's very usable for Jared Goff
to get like released with no payments or oh no, he's dead cap.
Yeah, his dead cap in 26 is almost 64 million.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably keep him for the year, but that doesn't mean they can't draft a quarterback.
Yeah, happens it.
Yeah. All right, what's the next conference or division?
East. Yeah. East. We went east to Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts. So one of two things need to happen. Jalen Hurts needs to go, or AJ Brown needs to go. Like, there's no in between. That's just my personal opinion, and then also from just like history shows itself. When a quarterback and receiver don't get along, it's just best for one of them to move along.
Both played for the Eagles.
Yeah, and then like I guess you could bring up the Buffalo most recent situation. Josh Allen, like even though they got rid of Stephon Diggs, they still don't have really a receiver, and he's still balling. And then Stephon Diggs went to where did he go after this? Did he go straight
Texans?
Okay, he went to the Texans, and he did well into the towards ACL, and then he's on the Patriots now, and he's doing whatever. But anyway, that's kind of how I see Jalen Hurts. Like, he needs to leave, or they need to get rid of AJ Brown. I think everything goes back to normal if that happens.
I agree, but on your comparison, I halfway agree.
Oh, because of Josh Allen?
Yeah,
of course, Josh Allen is so much better.
Way better.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, so but anyways, Philadelphia. I'll make the decision for them. They should trade AJ Brown and keep Jalen Hurts. I'm not honestly a huge Jalen Hurts fan.
Same.
Like, he's a good quarterback. He's very consistent. Not too many turnovers except one game this year.
As ridiculous as it sounds, I think he could be a top 12 quarterback without AJ Brown still.
Yeah, well, they still have Devontae Smith and a good running game and tight end and a good line.
Because that's all he really needs is just the running game to take pressure off him, and then boom, he's good.
But yeah, I think he's good enough. He obviously wins. Like, he's a proven winner. He's a good leader in my opinion. But yeah, I just think they're just trying to force AJ Brown the ball too much, and I think that's just toxic. Not even just him. I think there's just honestly just something about the coach. I feel like
a lot of Eagles fans don't like him. Sirianni.
I don't like him.
I don't have an opinion on him. Like, I don't know. Like, they win, and then like if they lose, he gets blamed a lot, and I don't know. I think that's kind of weird, but it's whatever. I don't know. I don't know too much about Sirianni.
Anyways, long story short, I know they're going to keep Jalen Hurts, but yeah, trade AJ Brown.
But from a fantasy perspective, I guess for Jalen Hurts, I would probably keep him regardless if they trade or if they keep AJ Brown. I think I would overall keep Jalen Hurts.
I traded Jalen Hurts last year. Well, in the beginning of this rookie draft, I traded him.
And technically that was the right move because all of his numbers are down for this year.
Yeah.
But they could go back up next year.
Yeah. I still think Joe Burrow's better.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. That's who I got for it. All right. But next is Dallas. This one will be, I guess, pretty quick. Obviously, just a fantasy perspective. I would keep him because, in my opinion, I don't think his trade value is that high. Even though he puts up big numbers, it's just like, one is his age, and he's just not in that top tier.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, you can't just judge year to year by stats, because if that was true, Dak and Matt Stafford would be the most valuable pieces to trade for, and no one's going to give up more than like a third for either. Dak might get like a late second. But, and this is one quarterback, not two.
Yeah.
All right. Any opinions on the Cowboys?
No. They should obviously draft a quarterback to sit behind Dak, but from a fantasy perspective, I would, like you said, trade for him cheap or keep him.
Mm-hmm. And then we kind of went over Washington and the Giants. Obviously, in real life, they should never trade those two unless they just suck in about a year or two. But fantasy-wise, I'd just do a brief, rundown. Keep or trade for Jackson Dart, and then in my opinion, maybe be weary about Jaden Daniels. If I want, I'm going to try to trade him in the offseason.
Yeah, I would feel out what everybody's thinking for Jaden Daniels and Jackson Dart.
Yeah, it is still very early, so obviously a lot of things can change.
Yeah,
interesting one, especially because of what James said earlier.
Baker.
For
Baker, man, franchise-wise, I would just keep him. Like, you don't really have much to do. Like, this is your team. Like for at least 2 years. Like, you got to go for it. You still have Mike Evans.
I think he's a free agent. They only signed him for a 1-year deal because he was a free agent last year. I'm pretty sure. I looked that up too, but go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of Baker though. They have a strong running game if Bucky gets back to form, and then even without that though, Rashad White and Sean Tucker are good enough to carry the backfield.
2-year, 52 though. We'll see what the second year.
Yeah, he might get released or whatever. Yeah, Baker's a tough one. I traded Baker I put him in a deal for JSN. So I mean, if you could get somebody like balling like that, then yeah, I guess I would trade Baker. They're getting one for having.
So yeah, he's basically. This is the last year, next year, and he's would be owed 13, 17 next year, and then the rest of the contract's just broken down here if he's on the team or not. So I guess it's just a Buccaneers decision. I don't know. I don't know where I sit with it because it's not well, quarterbacks are hard to find, obviously. How old is Baker? 31?
Yeah, he's not
too old or too young, but it's just hard to see what the Bucs' moves are because it's is Mike Evans going to be there? Is Chris Godwin going to get hurt again? Michael Luca's been pretty good. He's not looked good in the last few weeks, though. He's dropped some easy balls too. It's annoying. And yeah, I'm already not a big believer in the Bucs defense, and they're gonna lose. I know Levante David. Who knows? I doubt they'll draft a corner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they have a lot of holes.
They do.
And they're gonna probably need a new coach.
Yeah.
So, I guess, but though, as a fantasy wise, I guess, see, Baker's a tricky, in your trade, I feel like he's just an added piece. I don't think there's too many people besides a Bucs fan next year.
Yeah.
I don't want to just trade for Baker.
He'll take your trade over the edge if you're wanting to get somebody big.
Yeah. So I guess I know it's a weird answer, but he's a throw-in piece, or just keep him if you're contending. I mean, if you're not contending, if you're trying to, I want to say tank, but if you're just trying to get rid of all your bets, get what you can for them. Carolina's another weird. Honestly, this division is weird.
Yeah,
Big question mark in the division.
for sure. Panthers. On the franchise, I keep Bryce Young. You're not going to get a quarterback at 15, 16, so you might as well keep Bryce Young. At least he's shown some fire in some games. Other games, obviously not. At least he has Ted McMillan. It seems like they had a good connection all year. Maybe give him another huge receiver. Jalen Coker ain't doing it. Xavier Legette could still be like a slot. And then I guess if you get like a top 5 tight end somehow, like it would be better. I don't know. I feel like they need a lot of help on offense for him to be take that next step to top 15 quarterback in the league.
All right. Well, we do have a few other teams, so I'll just try to make mine quicker answers.
Yeah.
For fantasy wise, for Bryce Young, I believe he's obviously the age is nice, too inconsistent for me though, so I would probably try to package him in a trade.
Yeah.
Falcons, I don't know. I don't know about Michael Penix.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I just don't trust his knee.
Yeah, I would honestly, he's a guy that I don't even think he's going to fully entice a package. So I think he's a person you just get what you get.
Yeah.
Like if it's like.
So fantasy wise, like we can agree, it's just like get rid of him.
Yeah. I mean, most of these guys, if we're just talking about franchise, they're going to keep their guy. Like, there's no reason to get off of Bryce Young in real life. I mean, they're not. Like I know they're not going to.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, we'll just do fantasy. New Orleans. Who knows? I would personally draft a quarterback if I was them. I know we're back to franchise.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that should make the case for fantasy. I don't believe in any of their guys right now.
Honestly, for Saints, I think they're in for a long ride of disheartening losses and bad seasons. And I don't know. I think they're just screwed.
Yeah.
Like for the next at least 5 years at the least.
I mean, they could prove us wrong. Maybe Tyler Shaw is good, or Shuck, or whatever his name
Even
is.
that, though, you still have Chris Olave. He's not that old, but he's 27, 28 has to be now. He's been in the league for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, he was in the same class as Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, and then he gets concussions, he gets hurt.
He needs a guy that needs to go to a real team, too.
They traded Rashid Shaheed.
I honestly thought the Chiefs would make a deal for him.
Rashid?
No. Chris Olave.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. That's another, to me, Xavier Worthy, honestly.
Nah, he's got way better hands than Xavier Worthy.
I don't know. I just don't see him as, a big-time player. He's just, a good second receiver. Kansas City already has that with Xavier Worthy. He's just a second receiver.
Yeah, but I mean, Tyler Shaw and all these other scrubs have been thrown to him his entire career, and he has 4 concussions.
Yeah,
I feel like he would have a pretty great year if he was on a halfway decent team.
Maybe. I don't know. I just don't think he could be the guy.
This is how I kind of consider it. If you think he's a wide receiver, 2 on a team, I think if he took over Chris Godwin's spot, he would be way better than Chris Godwin.
Barely. Let's just compare him to Devontae Smith, but I think Devontae Smith is actually a receiver 1.
Yeah. He's a low-tier receiver 1.
Yeah. But I don't consider, Olave.
We're getting off topic for quarterbacks.
That's a good thing, though. This is a good discussion.
No, not for the video. It's about quarterbacks.
That's okay. Go ahead.
All right. Rams. I mean, Matt Stafford's put on numbers, but fantasy-wise, who knows how many years he's going to play. I think at least one more season after this. But
always one more.
Well, yeah. So I mean, he's a good, easy, cheap guy to get if you're winning.
Yeah.
But can't put a long investment in, obviously. Seahawks.
Sam Darnold, trade him.
Yeah.
If you haven't traded him.
I just trade him, yeah. Because he's still putting up decent numbers.
And he will. He has JSN. It's not going to go away. He'll put up those numbers regardless. I don't know. I know Cooper Kupp's not he's definitely lost a step or whatever. But the fact that he didn't do too much, and then they traded for Rashid Shaheed to try to take over that spot, and he didn't do much either, tells me that he's the problem. Sam Darnold is.
I mean, I know he has two good receivers, but
And
he's
for
had that like
franchise wise, sure keep him. But
oh
for
yeah, sure.
fantasy wise, not I'd trade him. Like
Yeah.
easy.
Same with Brock Purdy on the Niners.
I think Brock Purdy's gonna get replaced.
Yeah. Actually, one of the people I was had for a cheap trade tracker was actually Mac Jones. Because he could possibly get a job. Maybe he's the Vikings quarterback, or who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Brock Purdy. He like his first like 2 years, like he was very consistent and mistake free basically, and I don't know. He's gone kind of AJ Brown, where he wants to do these big plays all the time, and he's not a big play guy. So yeah, if I had Brock Purdy, I would trade him. And the Cardinals, they don't have a
That's the biggest one though. Where is Kyler Murray going to go? Because it's not necessarily that I don't believe in Kyler Murray. I don't believe in him on the Cardinals. I think he's done. I think he's done with his team. Like they need to move on and just draft a quarterback, and he needs to go to another team. So where does Kyler Murray go? Does he go to someone like the Vikings? Does he go to someone like
I don't think the Vikings. I don't think it
like the San Fran, like maybe he stays in the division
no.
tries to get revenge.
I think he's still, if he stays in the NFL, because there's like a big rumor he might go to baseball because he was like a top like 10 pick in baseball. Anyways,
I also feel like he can't have like a good team around him. He needs to be like the only guy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he needs to have just like kind of like Josh Allen, but I feel like Josh Allen, if he has somebody, he'll do great. But I feel like Kyler Murray is the opposite. He needs like a poor receiving group, but still can do great with that poor receiving group.
So I'll just mark off the teams from my list that I read earlier. I think Miami would be out. Might as well just stick with Tua. Jets, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because they have the time, basically. Like they have a lot of young players. They have 5 draft picks in the next 2 years. So they can maybe draft a young quarterback, maybe not with their highest pick, but sign Kyler for a cheaper deal. Get a quarterback in the room, let him develop, and then.
When Kyler was balling, who was his receiver? DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
I guess Garrett Wilson could fit that mold.
And he's always a runner, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
it's always
one receiver is good, fantasy. But like, yeah.
All right, so I got the Jets as a yes so far. The Browns, I don't think the Browns are going to take the chance. They've done that already with Deshaun, and who knows? They might still start him next year. So I don't think the Browns. If anything, they'll draft someone.
Yeah.
Steelers, I can see that as a yes.
That depends if they keep Mike Tomlin or not. Because I feel like if they get rid of Mike Tomlin, they're going to start over.
Well, that's true, but you don't really have to pick because they're probably going to make the playoffs. So you're not. I mean, they had their. I know it's Tomlin, but they had their.
I think they lose in Miami tonight. Honestly,
they had their chance to draft Jackson Dart. Definitely did not.
Well, I think that's a Mike Tomlin decision. Yeah.
Anyway, so far we had those 2 teams. Vikings, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think you go to Vikings.
Not the Lions.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe the Colts. Like, because they're a team
like tight ends. So
well, they're a team every year. Yeah, because he was pretty good at Trey McBride.
Yeah.
But they're a team every year where they're just like, damn, we need a quarterback, but we're not going to draft one.
Yeah, except for Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what scared them.
No, yeah. They made the wrong choice. They should have seen it.
I don't think the Saints, I think they know they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So scratch those off. Cardinals obviously know he's there.
Yeah.
And the last one's the Raiders that I have. Like maybe they want to have a high explosive running attack with him and Genty. And
I feel like
Brock Bowers is there.
Yeah, but I feel like since Tom Brady's there, he's going to want his own protege, sort of thing.
I feel like I don't think Tom Brady has the power that we think he might have.
I don't know. He might.
All right. So we'll cross the Raiders off. So the 3 teams that I had earlier that definitely need quarterbacks, we had the Jets, Steelers, and Colts. All AFC teams. So
yeah. All right. Well, we talked a lot about today and kind of got off topic like we always do. That's what happens when I don't write anything down. But I kind of want to continue to have these weird ass conversations. So let us know if you have anything or where you think anybody's going to go. Leave your comments.